I had a lot of people who were like, "That won't work where I live because I have polar bears as a predator." Hey folks, welcome back. My name is Brian. I'm very excited you're here. This was going to be 3 separate videos, but do you know what? We're running out of time. I've got to get these chicken videos wrapped up. So this is going to be basically 3 videos in one. We're going to cover the hatcheries being sold out and ways that you can still get birds. I'm going to cover why you don't need a brooder. And we're going to cover how backyard chickens make economical sense when they didn't actually just a few months ago. The reason we have to hurry up and get these videos done is we here at 7B are getting close to starting seeds, and I've got gardening content that we need to get going. But first, there's a guy in a hut with a question for you. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Now we've already covered the world's cheapest chicken coop. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch that. These videos are geared toward backyard people in relatively temperate climates. I had a lot of people who were like, "That won't work where I live because I have polar bears as a predator." Look at what we're trying to do is give you examples of things that you can build on. Okay, we're trying to help people think outside the box. No, this won't work if you have to fight off polar bears. It won't work if your biggest predator is a Tyrannosaurus Rex. You can take a few simple tools and make this significantly stronger. You could take some slats off and fill in the whole thing so there's no gaps anywhere. All that's great. The entire purpose of this video that we made was for backyard people who are probably in a fenced-in area whose primary concern for predators are possums and raccoons and maybe rats if you have small chickens. This works just fine, but you can modify it however you want. It's just an example. We've also shown you guys how you can feed chickens for next to nothing. So we have $0 coop and $0 feed. Now the hatcheries are running out of birds because everybody's panicking and running around and buying baby chicks. Don't buy baby chicks. They are, well, they're sad when they die, and some of them always die when they get shipped to you. They're expensive to keep. You need special places to keep them. They need to be a certain temperature. They need a certain feed. You cannot just feed them scraps. They need special feed or else they will die. So they're sold out anyways, so what are you gonna do? There's several places you can find backyard chickens. You can find fully grown laying birds on places like Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. And you can go to swap meets at the supply company of tractors that shall not be named. There are all kinds of places that you can go. There are rescue shelters that will allow you to adopt chickens and ducks. So skip the brooder. Now if you have to have a brooder, and also remember, backyard people, backyard chicken folks, this is not for those of you trying to make a living doing it. This is for people that want 4 to 6 birds in their backyard. There are a bunch of ways you can get away with not having an expensive brooder. You can use a cardboard box with something in the bottom to make sure it doesn't get too wet. You can use a tote. You can use a bathtub. Bathtubs make great brooders. You're inside, predator protection. It's already warm in your house. I hope it's warm in your house. If you need it to be a little warmer, a space heater in a small location, boom, perfect temperature. You can put some wood shavings in the bottom. You can line the bottom with a cardboard box and then put wood shavings or something like that in here and save yourself a boatload of money. Now before you go, "I live in an apartment and I only have a shower." It's okay, don't use a shower. Use a plastic tote. You can use just about anything inside. But we're gonna skip chicks altogether and you're gonna buy full-sized birds. And I'm gonna tell you why that's gonna save you money. Okay, so we're gonna skip chicks and we're gonna buy already grown laying sized hens. You can typically find them for about 20 bucks online. And again, you can find them at Facebook Marketplace, you can find them on Craigslist. There are lots of people like me who have birds that will be for sale here shortly. My son, as a matter of fact, is working his way through using our incubator and brooder. So how is this all going to save you money? Well, if you buy chicks, they're typically 3 or 4 bucks a piece. The hatcheries are out of them anyways, but let's say they're not. Let's say you buy 6, right? Because some are gonna die. It just happens. And even though you buy all sexed birds, one's gonna be a rooster, it just happens. So you have spent $3 to $4 per bird. You've bought 6 birds, that's $24. Then you had to go buy a heat lamp, that's $20. You had to buy the bulb, that's $10. We're at $50. They eat about a pound of specialty feed, because you can't feed chicks anything but a week, 1 pound a week for about 8 weeks. Oh, you gotta buy wood shavings too. Did we mention the wood shavings? Okay, so you need a 50-pound bag of feed. And that's, God, I don't even know what it is at the tractor company that supplies things that we shan't talk about. Okay, so let's say that's $20. You're at $80, $90, and we haven't even gotten to the coop yet. So buy birds for about $20 a piece, or find them at a local refugee or rescue place. I have found laying hens for $5 a piece. But let's just say they're $20. Okay, 4 birds, $20, $80. We built the coop for free, right? We're talking about putting them in your backyard, so you don't have to feed them anything but your scraps or your neighbor's scraps, and let them romp around in your backyard. Free coop, $80 in birds. Eggs right now are going for 50 cents an egg if you buy good eggs. And trust me, these will be good eggs. So that's $6 a dozen. A good breed of chicken will lay you about 300 eggs a year. So if you have 4 of them laying about 300 eggs a year, that's 1,200 eggs. That's $600 worth of eggs. Now, if we've spent $20 a bird, that's $80. And then we've spent no money in anything else, you're at $80. Let's say the chickens are $40 a piece, which is insane. 40. You're at $160. You're still to the good. Let's say that your chickens cost $40 a piece, and you had to buy some Premier One electric netting, which is about $100, okay? So now we have $160, and you add a $100 electric fence, that's $260. You go to the place where you get a little electric brain, right? You don't need a very powerful one. There's like $30 ones you can plug in. Let's say your total investment is now $300, and you're like, well, there it goes. That's for 1 year. Chickens lay optimally for 3. So the next year, your eggs are free, and all that setup's cheaper. Now, why does this matter? Because I think you should have healthy food in your backyard. That's why. I think a lot of you are just now starting to get into chickens, and you want to see what it's all about. You don't need to spend $1,000 to put birds in your backyard. They're birds. Our ancestors didn't do that. In the recent past, they didn't do that. Chickens just ran around, and at night, they would come in and they'd lock them up, and you're perfectly good. You can do that with the coop that we built. Let them out in the day, they'll romp around. At night, they put themselves away, shut the door. But so if you need to buy an electric fence and a brain and your birds for $40 a piece, you'll still come out okay. You'll still be to the good. Now, eventually, if you decide this is the lifestyle for you, you might want to start investing in some equipment. For those of you that were mad at the very cheap chicken coop that I built, I have built very nice coops with drawers and lap siding and warmness and such. So, skip the brooder, skip the chicks, skip the hatcheries. Get birds in your backyard this year. I bet if you put in some of those groups on the marketplace or on the Craigslist that you were willing to spend $40 for a bird, people come crawling out of the woodwork. We'll get through this. This is a glut. I don't think it's going to happen next year, but I don't think you should wait. We don't panic here, my friends. We pray, we plan, and we prepare. Until next time, if you don't mind, hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. And we will get busy with getting our gardens going, because it's about that time. Next video, will have something to do with gardening, I'm not sure. We've bought a soil blocker, we've bought some grow lights, we've bought a whole boatload of dirt. We've got a lot to do. So I don't really know what it's going to involve, but something like that. Anyhow, we'll see you next time.